So welcome to this LPC guide on using Pharmoutcomes. This is the website available to every community pharmacy to record service provision, and we're going to show you how to get on there first of all. If you want to know where the website is, this is the address here, pharmoutcomes.org, so you can search for that. Might already be one of your favourites on there. You're going to need to add your username in here and the password, and your pharmacy should already have that information. If you haven't got password set up already, if you don't know what your access data is, then get in touch with the LPC and we'll help you out with that. Okay, so once you've logged in, you're going to come to your home screen, and this is what it will look like. What you'll see in the middle here are a whole series of messages which are sent by the commissioners or by us at the LPC. It's quite a clever system. We can direct the messages to the pharmacies that do the service the message is about, so make sure that you do have a look on here when you log in, because there is important information. This is a test pharmacy, so these are not all real messages, but they're really good to show you what we mean. If you click on a message, you will see there's some information, and at the bottom this message actually asks you to action that you've done what they're asking. So if you mark it as actioned, then the commissioner will know that not only have you read it, but you've done what they've asked you to do. If you haven't got time to do it now, you can mark it as unread, and that means that somebody else will have a look on there and maybe realise it needs to be done. If you're finished with it, you can go back to the inbox. If we mark it as actioned, then it's gone grey here. If it's a message that doesn't ask you to action it, then your options are just mark as unread or back to the inbox. And back to the inbox again marks it on the screen as having been read. Okay then, so just before we leave the home screen, I want to show you a couple of things you can do. If you want to change your own details, you can click on change my details, but this is the button I want to use, update my organisation. Any of the information at the top of the screen here, if that's wrong, you will need to get in touch with the help desk at Pharmoutcomes and they can amend that. But this information down here, you can actually alter yourself. So the VAT number, obviously this is the test pharmacy which isn't registered for VAT, but you will have a space there, so if your VAT number isn't in, do add it. The management email, that is just an address that you want to use. So for example, when I send messages via Pharmoutcomes, you will get an email message to the management email to say there's a new message on Pharmoutcomes, log in and have a read. So if you now use a different email address, do make sure you go in and change this. We have a newish box on here as well, since pharmacies have NHS Net email addresses and they're asking you to put that in there, so please complete that. If the telephone number for the pharmacy isn't there, or if it's wrong, make sure you update that. You don't have to put the fax number if you don't have one, but once you've got that detail updated, just click confirm and then you go back to the home screen, and now you know that your details are as up to date as possible. Okay, so how does this work for locums? If you're a locum, you're going to need to use the pharmacy login because it's specific to the pharmacy where you're working today, so you need to get that detail from somebody at the pharmacy. If you are a pharmacy owner, then you need to make sure the details are available to your locum so they can get onto the system. You might wonder how the system will know who's delivering a service, but once we show you the different service modules, you see there's either an enrolment module or a question about which pharmacist is delivering the service, so you will get to put those details in later, but this is specific to the pharmacy, this part.